Right.
Look at all this old drilling equipment left here to rust. Not surprising, though. Mining lasers rendered these machines completely obsolete. Well, we clearly can't get through this way. Perhaps we should try making our way down using the back of the area.
I gotta mine this first.
There's still quite a bit of mineral wealth down here. Perhaps it would be worth our time to survey the area for more.
Not really got a chance to get this material.
like building a ship in a bottle.
Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts? Tissue sample? You came all the way down. Must be some damn important cells. You wanted to? Terramorph attack, huh? Not exactly sure why you'd be bringing... Wait. Tau Gourmet? Like Tau Ceti Tau Gourmet? That's a joke, right? There's no settlement old enough on Tau Ceti to have a Terramorph. Either someone's setting up the worst petting zoo in the universe, or who exactly told you to bring... Hadrian. If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells.
Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the dead. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days. All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in the slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved. Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst Terramorph attack in human history. I presume you've heard of Londinian. And for good reason. The swarms are so bad, they had to blow the spaceport and seal the place off from the galaxy at large. Not a lot of samples made it off the world from the time of the attack, but the ones that did, well, they look just like this one. I didn't detect any of the telltale signatures this specimen ever sat on a ship while it was alive, either. I don't think it was transported to Tau Ceti. This specimen, it grew there. Faster than any Terramorph should. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human-terramorph relations, where big, sudden Londinian-style attacks can happen outside Londinian, that's not gonna end well for humanity.
It would be the end of us as a species.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now? Because until now, the Terramorphs that wiped out Londinian had the good sense to stay put. What happened there? It was a tragedy. So to find evidence for a similar attack on a different world, well, we don't have enough information to know precisely what this means. So I'd love to know. The circle, huh? Could you... Here, faster we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness.
Entertaining the notion of xeno-warfare angers me to the core.
Always nice to kick back in the broken sphere after a long day.
Watch your step. This is a work site.
Ain't you brave? Come to see.
We got lots. Hey, you looking for anything? Cool. Come back anytime.
Sidonia can have a depressing effect.
Hey, friendo. Got any... Oh, friend. You see, not only do I sell goods, why, even now I have this big delivery. Tracking says it is here. The ship is out in the desert of Mars, not where it should be. Ship services tells me that... Oh, just various crates. You see what I have in stock, yes, friendo? And I need to sell them some. You could? Yes? This is what I hoped when we take care of anything on board that shouldn't be there. Then come back to me, so I can sense... Ah, welcome back. Take a look. Hey, catch you on the flip side.
Hopefully, I'll have something for... So long.
Is that really her? Adrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
Was that Percival walking through there with you? Oh, glad to see he's still kicking.
The Red Devils aren't exactly your average bar crowd. You can see it in their eyes. We don't belong here.
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being... That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was...
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. One, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And two, they want to discuss what happened on Tau with both of us. It can be a daunting experience. Percival and I, we were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xenowarfare, a practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what... Well, it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the colony, under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating. But if we can convince the Cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it. I mean, I hope they will, but accessing... They'll also need the consent of the other signatories of the Colony War Armistice, the Freestar...
Since neither group is exactly on great terms with the UC at the moment. But very...
Exactly. It's going to mean negotiations and deals and... But I don't see a better option to solve. That's all I'm asking. Now I need to get this work up in the Cabinet's hands. Once that's done...
Good luck.
Lovely. Perhaps we should help Dennis and clear these things out. Looks like it's Neptune. Want to see what I'm carrying? Bye-bye. Damn it! I'm gonna go down. Be careful down near the mine.
Almost break time.
Hopefully. Feel free to drop some. Talk to you later.
A prospective colonist family.
No, you did not find my cargo ship yet? Oh, no! I hope they did not get into my cargo and ruin anything. But you found the ship and its cargo, and maybe I will have more jobs. Hey, friendo. Got any special goods you're willing to take a look? Just a reminder. See you later, friendo.
That was cool.
Let's pop into Outland while we're here, and see if Joe has anything useful to add to our arsenal. Nice handiwork. I like your style.
It must be great to be able to see yourself whenever you want. I bet your whole house is full of mirrors.
alive a bit longer.
Oh my god! I'm... literally following in your footsteps right now. It's so cool. It's my second favorite thing in the galaxy. Next to reading about it.
inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc if left unchecked.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please. Okay, no bounty. How are you today? Have a good one.
Looks like it's Neptune next.
Captain! Over here! The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to... But listen, I know I... So, in the interest of my relationship with the UC, it's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's... I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected, secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come. He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death. Freestar Collective, and UC. Military. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really... So my involvement, it could be another obstacle. He had his men open fire on civilian ships during the Battle of Shep, a battle that he ultimately ended up losing anyway, devastating the UC fleet and bringing the Colony War to an ugly end for the UC. But he's also the one who ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport during their outbreak, condemning. Both sides agreed the settled systems would be better without him. I really appreciate you saying that. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? Or if you've got any... No telling how long the cabinet... it's hard to know exactly. I'd just be honest about what you saw. That's actually a souvenir from the Red Devils unit I was a part of. They were founded. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone... The Devils were always talked about in such... And the eyes were my party. Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we... The Terramorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data... Which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up.
Then I guess it's just a...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue.
Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all three Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on this. Perhaps you could summarize for the cabinet.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium.
I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, Shell. And while there should be no doubt, the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties. Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collects.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been...
It doesn't matter if it can be weaponized or not. The archives need to remain sealed for now. There's no reason to rush into a decision of this magnitude.
That? I hadn't thought of that, Captain.
An excellent point indeed. The other powers would likely be much more inclined to work with us knowing that. Chief Diplomat.
That point is a good one. Very well, you have my agreement. The galaxy is lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown.
Oh no.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. The nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
Oh
We're
god.
on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
Yes, what?
You! The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Now hit him with everything you've got. We're trying to help you! Lights out on that one!
Done that! Do it now!
Thank you for what you did.
The way those people were acting.
I don't know. We tried to restrain them, get them on the but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them.
Pheromonic projection. Some terramorphs they can induce. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control. Turn against. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire. And keep that EM. I'm not suggesting. The result of the projection, though, can vary wildly, and some lose control altogether. Those cases, you'll either need to knock them out with EM fire. I honestly was just wondering, but no, you don't need to worry about me. I've had a terror, so we'll just have to make sure to... Let's do it.
That's unlocked.
Ah, great.
No time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
An evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Come on, back up! Just stand there!
women experts. Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say
You two have any experience with terramorphs before?
only the brief they just gave on the way here.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your...
We're not UC security. We're not afraid, but we'll stay here and hold the line. Your call. We're on the line.
Oh, shit.
Surrounded. All around. No way out.
Guys, something.
There's one right there! Kill it! Nice work, Captain.
It's over. Thank God. If the these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had an absolute massacre on our hands.
Certainly doesn't feel like it. I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been... Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all clear signal before exiting.
My partner's all right. He's getting stitched up instead of zipped up, thanks to you.
They said you're free to come and go.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Losing anyone in the line of duty
there
is
you are.
tragedy.
I believe
Tax,
we have some things
it can't
we should
happen
discuss.
again.
Captain, Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have some respect, will you? That's the President.
Okay, fine. I don't like that.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen.
Heroes were
Captain,
minted down at that
Hadrian,
spaceport.
it would appear that
includes
your
you.
concerns about the
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right... As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of... As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective, someone who knows precisely the sorts of data. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be there. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, it has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you, but above all, you'd become. I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the... Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to... You should be able to find her in our office. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks.
Loss of life. Damage to the spaceport. The costs of this attack are greater than I think we realize.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief.
Wrong way.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
These orders. A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second in command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. It was a mutual agreement, but I suppose you touch on the spirit of it. So, you also know then that it was originally managed by the three major... Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the three armistice signatories. UC, Freestar. Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince two people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over them. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than... I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be... And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table, though that doesn't mean we can't get creative. But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're... Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of... The good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to... Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her. Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools. Never underestimate the universe's ability to surprise. UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage. But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy hold. So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're... Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to... Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards... He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information. And someone who very likely... Hey. All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up. And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in this. Ambassador Balmore's... When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's... Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
Well said. There's no reason to assume they're any worse than us, despite their cult.
Of course. But there is... We're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the...
The Varun delegation brought more than a few of their native flora with them when they set up in the embassy. It seems those plants have been allowed to flourish, making it hard.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should... Here. This device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding... And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Be smart out there, Captain.
Yes? You needed something?
Mind bunkering on the ship, but nothing is better than unwinding in your own quarters.
Oh! Oh! Go for it.
Hopefully, our vanguard will be at Neptune. Let's see what you've got. Dropping off a few... Okay.
Fuck you. Oh wait, no. Oh. Oh.
They were gonna give our son a different family. We made it back just in time.
Hi. Hey, it's you again. I'm great, actually. These are my parents. I told everyone they just got on a different shuttle, but nobody would listen. We have a new apartment. Maybe I'll see you around. And don't...
Finally back with our son, and that's all that matters. I can't believe the UC just wrote us off.
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Yes, exactly. It's like...
When someone insults you, you want to just... beat the shit.
I may not always have the perfect advice for people. Were you seeking worldly wisdom? It would, wouldn't it? Well, if you find it. And in the meantime, while it isn't quite so profound, I might suggest, and if you do decide to read it, understandable. The things as I said, I'm sure there's a copy somewhere. If you do read it,
You our visitor?
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, and it seems like only yesterday.
You're allowed 3 places: conference room, lobby, or the ambassador's office.
I'm going to be upfront with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective, but you lead, and I'll follow.
As in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Official business?
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bit, that now the UC wants Terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. I will not be the one responsible for its release. You're really gonna push this? All right. I'm listening. You know that for sure. That. Oh, I understand precisely what's at stake. I suppose I have seen some promising actions by this current administration. Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors, you go in once. You get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the Freestar scientists will watch your... So, do we have an agreement? Well then.
Radcliffe. Always more errands to run.
I asked my boss what they're doing to stop alien attack.
Yes? Welcome back.
Wait, you got her to agree. Then what are you doing here? Yes, granted.
Just get back there before she...
I'm meeting my girlfriend for drinks at the Viewport tonight. What, at Terrabra? Nah, I live at a... I'm not sure how long... I sure hope your day's going as well as mine is.
Back at last, I presume. Excellent. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. Here, I'll reach out to Deputy McIntyre. We'll coordinate the necessary oversights. Two unlikely allies, I guess.
Are you a member? He seems to know what he's talking about.
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the... Entire embassy. This before in my entire life. It'd actually be more fascinating if its branches weren't blocking our way.
this one. And this one be right there. Okay, so we should do it. There's no. Okay. Got out. I used right there. 4 has to be used on here. I just... Die, bastard!
Find anything useful?
If you're searching for a new
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Looks like it's Neptune. Bring me anything useful? Bye.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could tell me though? What is it like outside? Has the rest of the city suffered? Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune. You were sent by the UC. That much? And the broadcast spoke of terror morphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheer. An archive code. So the UC requires information then. On terror morphs, presumably, The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks. But if I am to grant you access, I have... For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure house... The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not...
As the chair of Constellation, I take personal responsibility in vouching for this man's integrity. He'll keep his word.
Well then, Please. Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
Can you imagine how many credits flow through this place? Figuratively, of course. Wasn't planning on taking a swim.
On the record? What? The UC was attacked, but does the cabinet care? Sure doesn't look like it.
Hey.
Captain, wait. Did you actually see? You saved him. You Vanguard really do take that above and beyond thing seriously. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instruction. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance, absolute best behavior.
Here on Vanguard business?
monitoring station and we will go over the rules. Welcome, Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Captain. Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain. If you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me. All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Well, only citizens can own property in New It. And all citizens It doesn't. We don't really care where else you might have been or once you earn your place in the United... Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of... Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies. Here, your official ID. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we need. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in it. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think and they've stated they'll only share it with you. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the... I'm sorry. I can't... Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for...
Lived in New Atlantis almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets.
Your friend's gonna have to wait out here.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get, which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? Look, I'm Francois, but most know me as. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great... But the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. A sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies. Very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. Has she shared with you the nature of our... Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been... The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice, with quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to... I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange... There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the colony war ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know. You can certainly try, but the man's been out there. Easier for all if you simply blow up his shit. Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my and this? Good. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria. There's a star station in the vicinity. The Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Hey.
Captain, did your... Surprised me too when I learned it. But the prisoner has proven useful over the years. And kept... But I do think it's worth re-emphasizing. No one else can know about this. The Major doesn't have clearance for this sort of information. And she's... Which is why I need you to... Good. Because bringing this up to the outside world would create the unfair appearance, Captain, that you're on. And that's not a good look for any of us. Now, was there something in particular you need... Dr. Reginald Orlaise? Of course, killing Orlaise is completely out of the question. But bringing him to justice... He's been on the lam for years. That'd be a huge win for the UC. Really? He found the members of the research team. We'd already initiated a search for them, but it'd save a lot of time and manpower. Captain, if that's the deal, you have my endorsement. Now, was there anything else you wanted to discuss? The Den? Oh, it's a star state. The first one was blown to smithereens by how... The place has always acted as a... But because of its distance, I can think of worse places.
And I just realized I was muted.
Greetings, citizen. Welcome to the UC.
way.
Wait, do you see that? There's a ship just drifting out there. No time to take in the sights. That could be our vanguard. Something's wrong. The ship's weapons are powering up. Get ready.
Vanguard's a civilian ship. Come in.
If you stop shooting at us, we'd be more than happy to respond.
Might line a couple of them, but they've locked me down. Really could use an assist.
We blow that ship out of the stars, he's dead and our artifact's gone. We're going to have to board. Target the engines. Once they stall out, we'll have our chance. That's it. Start the docking routine. Come on. Let's go rescue that Vanguard. All right. Let's cycle that airlock and get aboard. If you have any gear you want me to haul. Maybe another time.
Am I glad to meet whoever you two are? Looks like we're all in one piece. Ecliptic mercs. They'll work for anyone. And vanguards don't exactly make friends with local pirates, thieves, and scavengers. I think enough of them finally got fed up and they pooled their money to hire professionals. What? You guys still exist?
We've heard stories too, about a strange object you found on patrol.
So, you know what that thing is. I tried to hawk it in Sidonia, and the guy thought I was peddling phony titanium.
It doesn't play nice with scanners. It'd be worthless to someone trying to flip rare minerals quickly.
So you're saying I shouldn't be using it as a hood ornament? Oh, that. Yeah, I mean, it's been a mess lately. Spacers, Varun Zealot.
We ran into a few members of Ecliptic at the Nova Galactic Star Yard.
Damn. That's probably how they found me. I knew taunting the Spacers to meet me at Neptune was a long shot. Making rookie mistakes. I've been chasing shadows around the...
Sidonia is waiting for you.
Feels like everyone's given up, you know? I've just been spending more and more time in this... Yeah? You know that? I'd have to settle some things back on Sidonia.
If you don't mind, we came here for some...
Right. Hey, hope you figure out whatever that...
Good work. Let's get back to the lodge. After you, Captain.
Docking seal released.
Sakal, come here!
Sarah's the best possible person to be running Constellation at a time like this.
Did you...
Focused. Nonsense.
It fits. Energy spiked a bit, but it's restabilized.
Is there anything new showing up?
No, it's the same as before. There's a massive output as the artifact is added, then it harmonizes. Like it's waiting for the others.
That's speculation, but I think you're right. We need more. Here. You've earned this. We're going to do great. By the way, how would you like to... I'm not sitting behind my desk for this. These artifacts are a new chapter for... And I want you out there as well. Oh, we'll be working with everyone here at the Lodge sooner. Sometimes we'll partner up, sometimes we'll go solo. It's not... All right. First, there's an expedition that Samco has been putting together. It's in Freestar Collective Space, and there's also the Eye, our star station in orbit. About time for you to meet. And last, Noel.
A courier from Argos Extractors came by to let us know they're packing up the...
That's not good. Goodbye.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you.
So what?
I cannot wait to meet him. It's been ages since Constellation has had someone new. I wonder what he's like.
Just go easy on him. Being interrogated by a kid. And you must be the latest poor fool to get dragged into our dysfunctional little family. Whoa. I know a few dark sides of the Aquila Moons, but if you're looking...
Trust me. Don't encourage him. Kuriko, by the way. Hi, hi. It helps to have a good teacher. Dad, don't let it go to your head.
Sam? Not let it go to his head.
A compliment from little Cora. And it's not even my birthday. Now, let's talk business. Sarah tell you about... Sure enough. The three of us are heading to Aquila, first settled planet of the Freestar Collective, and, not coincidentally, the home of their We'll land in the city's spaceports, but the frontier's our goal. And I got a lead on a tale that makes me think one thing. Okay, we'll meet you on board your ship. Once we land on Aquila, it's gonna be you and me. So if you want to do any freewheeling before then, Cora and I will just be riding past it.
Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled, my primary function has been to support that is as capable as I believe Barrett would find your... My methods of achieving my primary goals are, even if I wished it, I could not approach. Captain Dragon, I will proceed to...
No, no, that guy's from. That was Adam Jensen.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant confused.
Come here, please.
Can I help? Glad to haul whatever. Goodbye.
I have mixed feelings about it. But welcome to Centurion Arsenal. All sales are final, but that won't matter. Only the finest collect.
No one is born good. Every day you take a step in one of those directions. So, what's the point?
Ah, if crime has slowed down since you started helping out. I do. Thanks to you, we've received a tip that someone has been bringing in Great. Ask them if they... Once you've gotten a lead, cross-reference them. When you're done, see you later.
Saw your ship come in.
Get a lighter. Nah, maybe I put it in my car.
Anything I can help you with?
God's sake. Drop some of that rubbish already.
Sure, have at it.